So when I was a kid, I used to have to sleep with the lights on because I felt like someone was watching me. I just found out last week my house was haunted. All that trauma from childhood.
A lot of children have that, and you experienced that too.
Yeah, my parents never believed me.
I was lucky. My parents did believe me.
You got real lucky. Wherever you guys are watching this show, I would truly appreciate it if you follow or subscribe. It helps a lot with the algorithm. It helps us get bigger and better guests, and it helps us grow the team. Truly means a lot. Thank you guys for supporting, and here's the episode. Ladies and gentlemen, Feng Shui expert here today, Marie Diamond. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much, Sean, for having me here.
Absolutely. When I was preparing for this interview, I was so impressed because I'm actually very disorganized, and that's something I want to fix, and you've actually inspired me to take better care of my house. So thank you so much.
Of course, it's a pleasure. That's already a good point that you start moving forward in creating like order and beauty in your space.
Yeah. And you talk about the importance of laying out each room in the home. I'd love to go room by room and get some advice from you. So starting with the office, what's your advice for offices?
Well, the first for the office is that you make sure you're in a power position. So a power position means that you're setting up your desk, that it is in such a way that you can see people walking into the space. So you cannot have it against the wall. You cannot have it against the window, because then you're not seeing people because your back is to the door. And I always say money comes in with people and doesn't come through the walls and doesn't come through the windows.
Right.
That's the first step. The second step is to really, make sure that your space that you have in your office, it connects with who you are and what you do professionally, right? So don't hang too many pictures of your children. Focus on your business. So, for example, your logo, Digital Social Hour, or awards that you have, certificates, anything that resonates with that. And of course, based on Feng Shui, we see that everybody has a personal success direction. So they can actually find that out by going to my free Marie Diamond app, and they put in their birthday and their birth gender. And there it says, which is your success direction? So I don't know which one it is for you, but mine is Southwest. So when I go there, then literally you will get a little compass.
Wow.
And that compass will indicate your success direction.
I need to do that.
Can I quickly find out what is yours?
Yeah. So you said birthday?
Yes, your full birthday.
So February 14th, 1997.
1997?
Yeah, 1997.
Okay. Just a day before me. And
wow.
And many years.
Aquarius.
Aquarius, yes. So you're male and calculate. And so when I calculate that, and you can just go for free to any app store. You're what we call a bringer of light. So the number 3 is I love working with anything that is about media. So you're actually in the right place.
Here I am, podcasting.
Podcasting, and your success direction is South. So that would mean that you would actually, when you download the app, you will get your compass, and your compass will be different than mine. So your compass will indicate success is South. So what you do in your office, you hold the compass in the center and then see where is your success direction. So it's a compass, so whatever you're holding, it will change. But South is your success. So that's where you definitely have to have your logo out. And anything that resonates with your success. Can be books that you love about success and wealth. So anything, or, famous celebrities you've been with, you want to put that out there.
Vision boards.
Vision boards, perfect for that. Yeah, your goals, your journal, if you have one. So anything you place there, because what happens is that your environment is giving you like acupuncture points. It's like Feng Shui is literally like an acupuncture system, but for the home. And so your strongest place is always South for the rest of your life.
I love that. And I've also seen you say to surround yourself with gold if you're trying to attract money, right?
Correct. So if you're able to put on your desk or around you, if you have certificates, put that in a gold frame, or put some gold looking items, not real gold, of course. But so that is, gold stands for the frequency of abundance. So, and that will help you to your mindset to focus on to be the best and to accept the best in your life.
I love that. And next room, most people will spend their time here, bedroom, right?
Yeah.
What should they look out for in a bedroom setting?
Well, I always say, what do you want in your romantic life, right? So the first step is, if you're single, well, you definitely need to take out all the images that indicate solitary energy. So I was just with somebody and she was like, I've been not married for 10 years. I want a relationship.
All right, guys, shout out to today's sponsor, Babbel. 1 in 5 Americans have learn a new language on their bucket list. If that's you, make 2024 the year you finally check it off the list. Don't pay hundreds of dollars for private tutors anymore or waste hours on other apps that don't really help you speak the language. Babbel has quick 10-minute lessons that are handcrafted by over 200 language experts to help you start speaking a new language in as little as 3 weeks. It's designed by real people for real conversations. Babbel has really helped me lock in Spanish. My fiance's family is all Latina, and now I'm able to communicate with her family members, and it's awesome. Studies from Yale, Michigan State University, and others continue to prove that Babbel is better. One study found that using Babbel for 15 hours is equivalent to a full semester at college. They have over 16 million subscriptions sold, plus all of their 14 award-winning language courses are backed by their 20-day money-back guarantee. Here's a special limited time deal for our listeners. Right now, get up to 60% off your Babbel subscription, but only for our listeners at babbel.com/social hour. That's babbel.com/social hour, spelled BABBEL.com/social hour. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Relationship, and she had 10 images of single women in her bedroom.
Wow.
So you actually subconsciously, it's like a 3-dimensional vision board in a way. So your home, so it's like you're telling all the time the story about what you want. And so I said, well, you're giving yourself permission to be a lonely woman all the time. So especially above your headboard, make sure there's an image of love. If you are in a relationship, put a picture of you and your partner. Yeah, when you wake up, you don't want to really see I would say, images that are not related with that. And definitely colors, very important in bedrooms, is to avoid blues, because blue is too much water. And it's like if you would be, it's kind of nice to walk along the water, but sleeping with water, it's like you won't feel so safe.
Wow.
So, and also red colors. If people do like red walls, then they have more arguments and more conflicts with each other, because it's fire element.
Wow.
Now you can do small items that you like a pillow or a little candle or something, these colors. But the best colors are everything with like earth tones, like beiges, browns. The girls that do pink, that's a really beautiful color for them.
Yeah.
Oranges, yellows, something that just calms you down.
I never realized how influential colors are.
Yeah, they are vibrational fields, and people feel attracted to certain colors.
Right.
For sure, right?
I like red on people.
Well, it's interesting. I felt that. So this morning I chose to
Are you
have
serious?
a red outfit for you.
Oh my gosh, that's
and I
crazy.
did not know your direction, but your success direction is south. And so south, the number one color for south is red.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
So it's interesting. I was like tuning in this morning. I had several outfits. I'm like, I need to get red for him.
That's so cool. It's always been my favorite color growing up, scarlet red.
Yeah. Interesting.
Next room, I guess, would be kitchen area. Anything important there to note?
Well, one of the things in the kitchen, people, first of all, put in too much personal items in the kitchen. For example, they put pictures of their family or their travels on the fridge. And I always say, well, think about it, it's freezing, right? Energetically, you open it up, it doesn't smell so well. So I know it's all about food, but, take personal items out of your kitchen, and also make sure you are hiding all the knives, because knives can create more conflict. So just put them in a cabinet and organize everything,
Wow.
make it feel fresh, smell fresh. So, but, the kitchen is not considered one of the strongest areas for Feng Shui. So don't work in your kitchen either.
Okay.
Because you have a sink there, you have fire there, so you're draining your energy, you're burning things up.
Wow.
And so people that work in the kitchen, they never become successful.
That's crazy, because sometimes I do find myself scrolling on social media in my kitchen trying to work a little bit, but I'm going to stop doing that actually.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Find a place that is more uplifted. Could be your dining room or your living room, something where things are in a better energy.
Yeah. What about the living room?
So the living room, that is like the place for your social life, right? So if you have a family, make sure there's updated pictures of your family, because sometimes people have pictures around from when the kids were 5 and now they're 25. So what are you telling to everybody who comes in? And so that's the area where you put definitely focus a lot on your family life. And if you have pictures of people that have passed on, be careful that you don't put them first when you walk into the living room. So make sure there's a lot of positive energy there and good colors for that. If you want more happiness and, more better communication, is to work with like peach and orange and aqua blue, because that gives always good communication. But it can be like pillows that you put on, little cans. It doesn't have to be all painting these colors, right? But definitely declutter the area. And also a good point is some people, they walk into their living room and the first thing they see is their television.
Right.
Then I'm saying, well, you're sitting with your back to the people coming in. So make sure your television is not the king of your living room. Make sure that your space where you welcome people, your sofa, can see everything. And so that you are not seeing in first the television, but the sofa.
Wow, I love that. How can you have good energy flow throughout the home?
Well, I would say, first of all, trying to declutter the space as much as you can. And I want you to kind of walk through the house with new eyes. Like you open the door and you're like, if I would be the universe, right, and I would be God, whatever you call that for you, and you would walk through, is that actually something that uplifts you, what you see, right? Make sure there's no clutter on the ground, put things in cabinets if you have chaos, right? You don't see it. But also to just feel that there's space enough around everything. People have just too much stuff.
Right.
Less is more. Don't hang like 5 images on one wall if one image will give a better view and better energy. So I think people are overwhelming themselves with the things that they have. So make sure there's space enough and that around the sofa, you can walk around it, around your dining room table. So make sure you can walk easily through your house.
Yeah, this is so cool. I mean, I am, like I said, I'm pretty disorganized, but I want to really work on it.
Yeah.
And one of the things I saw you say was your sleep quality can be affected.
Yes, definitely. So what we see is that's why the bedroom is so important. But there's another part in the bedroom that I didn't tune into. It's your mirrors. So when people have, mirrored glass, on the cabinets, they feel that's kind of a nice thing in the USA. Now I'm telling you, in Europe, nobody does that. But it's really interesting because what you mirror doubles you. Yeah. And so if you're alone in the bedroom, you double your loneliness. If you're with 2, you double the partnership, but also you double your stress. Yeah.
Wow.
So a lot of people have seen that they have more sleeping problems when there's too much mirrors in their bedroom. So I ask them to cover it, put a screen in front of it, hang a curtain, and people see that they're doing better with inflammation. Their blood pressure is in a better way. And so we have seen through some tests in China that it really affects your qi, your energy of your body. But also people are waking up much more energized when they don't have mirrors reflecting the bed. And that also means your television, right? Because your television is a mirror.
Right.
So cover it at night.
Wow. That makes sense because when they say when you're on psychedelics and having a bad trip, you're not supposed to look in the mirror.
Correct.
So that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Well, it's just, when you're sleeping, you're in a subconscious state.
Right.
Right. And so it's similar.
Yeah. So how do you find out if you have these energy blockages in your body?
Well, I would say, first of all, listen to your body, right? So if you feel like during the night, when you go to sleep, you have a hard time falling asleep, or you wake up in the morning and you feel very foggy, or you feel like not with a lot of good energy to start your day, then there's probably a blockage in your bedroom. But I also want people to be aware that they remove some of the computer, the tablets, their cell phones further away from them, because it all creates an energy field. And especially when they have clutter, like on their nightstand, because we are not just a body, we're an energy field. So even what is under your bed, like if you put a lot of storage under your bed, remove it as much as possible to your feet, so it's not under your heart and your head, and you'll wake up much more fresh.
Yeah, my dog be bringing stuff under my bed. I got to see what's down there. That's funny. Shout out to Milo. So you've been able to see energies since you were 3 years old, right?
Yeah.
So was it a specific moment that happened?
No, I think I was just really becoming aware when I was 3 that I could see things. I'm sure every child has that actually, but most children kind of stop that connection. But I do remember things from when I was 3, things when people would come in and I would tell my parents like, oh, this person is going to die, or this person is sick, or this is going on. So I just could see things in like the chakras and the aura field, like darkness or light, but I also could see it in people's homes. So I would come in a home like, oh, this is not a good area, or this is, you know, you have problems where you sleep there. It was like all these memories I had from that time on.
Wow.
But I would say a lot of that kind of left me around my 14. And then when I had a major accident when I was 15, I had a near-death experience. That's after that, all that came back. And since then, I've been able to keep seeing energy.
Wow. So do you have to turn it on and off, or can you filter it?
Yeah, I filter it a little bit, right? So because, you know, I'm just in Vegas.
Overwhelming, right?
I don't want to see everybody's energy right now. Right. So that's a little bit too much. But yeah, when I work with people, it's like a volume, right? That I can open up and close down a little bit more.
Yeah. I just found out. So when I was a kid, I used to have to sleep with the lights on because I felt like someone was watching me.
Yeah.
I just found out last week my house was haunted.
Wow.
Yeah. So all that trauma from childhood.
Yeah.
And my
a lot of
parents,
children have that, and you experience that too.
Yeah. I used to get sleep paralysis. I used to have nightmares every night. My parents never believed me that there was a ghost in there.
Yeah. I was lucky. My parents did believe me.
You got real lucky, because most parents would not believe you.
I know. Yeah. And I see that with a lot of children. You know, I remember seeing this child in a restaurant, and she suddenly says to her dad, you know, I can see through you, Dad. And the dad becomes very upset, and she goes to the restroom totally crying, and I went to her and said, sweetheart, I can see through people too.
Whoa.
And she was like, I said, don't worry, he doesn't understand. Because that's what most people, they forgot about it when they were young, right? Now you have that experience. So when you know, you never know, you have children yourself, that you can then say, yeah, I understand now. A lot of people are more aware of that now.
Yeah, I think a lot of kids have that ability. Why do you think it disappears as they get older?
Well, I think because we're using more and more our analytical mind. So when we grow up, we are really focusing on our creative mindset, right? And the more we learn to teach, to I would say draw, when we learn to read, to write, we're focusing more on the analytical brain. And so that's where we're losing that part. Yeah. But later on, when we're opening up again, you know, becoming more aware of things, then it kind of the memory starts coming back.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that. You are big on the law of attraction.
Yeah.
And you said your home environment influences your law of attraction by 33%.
Yeah.
So that's how important having a good home is.
Yeah. So that's something that I learned from my grandmaster in Feng Shui. And he said, like, you know, a lot of people focus on the law of attraction, on their mindset, what is amazing, of course. And like I've been one of the people in The Secret. So like I said, 99% of the teachers speak about the mindset. And having a good mindset and visualization is very important, of course. But at the same time, you know, it's not enough, because a lot of people don't have the discipline to always think positively, to feel positive, to take actions. Right? And so he said that 1/3 is actually your basic package that you arrive with when you're born. Like you're born in a certain culture, in a certain city, you have certain talents that you have. And of course, if you focus on that, you will, you know, grow your energy, your human potential, I would say. And with your thoughts, your feelings, your gratitude, your manifestation, it all works very well. But then he said, people forget there's an environment. Yeah. It's not just the people that are around you. It's actually physically where you live and sleep and work is affecting you subconsciously all the time. That's why there's certain areas we go to and we feel great and we feel like how we can hang out there for hours. And then there are other areas we try to avoid.
Right.
And it's because we feel it, like there's a feeling to it. But Feng Shui is really the energy system that is actually telling you how to do it.
Wow.
Yeah. And so this is around for thousands of years, and that's something they understood, but it's kept secret by the emperors, by the people that have power, both in China and Asia, and later on in the Western world. And so when I found out all this information in the 90s, I was like, I need to bring this mainstream.
That's so cool.
And so that's what I've been talking about. Even in The Secret, I talk about this man that has the wrong images around him. Because if people would understand everything around you is acting like a 3-dimensional vision board, it affects you nonstop. When you sleep, when you work, like you come into a place and you pick everything up, even if you're not aware of it.
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But if you pick it up day after day after day, it will start really influencing your mindset, your actions. And people feel sometimes, oh, I'm procrastinating always when I'm in this place. And I'm in another area and I feel so focused. Why is that? Is that because you have changed or is it because your environment has changed?
Wow, that's so interesting. So you basically believe every object has some energy attached to it, right?
It does. But it's also where do you place that? So Feng Shui really talks about elements, talks about your direction based on your personal birthday.
Right.
It has all different, it's a system. It's really an acupuncture system of your home.
Yeah, it's so interesting. So I have a spiritual coach and she told me that even your clothing, so if it was made in a poor environment in a sweatshop, the energy is negative and you're wearing it on your skin, so it's affecting you.
Totally, because remember, we're not just a physical body, we're an aura field, we're an energy field. And the first step that people can do is look at the colors that they feel attracted to. Right? And then wear some of the colors that they feel connected with. But also you can go a step further and start thinking, who made it?
Right.
In which area, which place, which air, where, and it's the same with your food. If you eat organic or you eat food that is probably not so organic, it will affect what's inside your body, but also what's on your body will be affected.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So if we all have energy fields, that would mean karma is real then.
Karma is real. Yeah, that's my experience out of my studies all these times that I do believe in past lives. People coming back, they come back with what we call that spiritual part.
Right.
That is their karma, their destiny. Can we upgrade it? Can we change that? I do believe yes, by doing good deeds, by changing our mindset, by also changing your environment. We say sometimes people don't come always in with the greatest karma money-wise, but then when they work on themselves, when they change their mindset and they change their environment, they can actually shift their karma.
I believe in karma because every time I see someone making money unethically, scamming or something, it always comes back to bite them.
Yeah, I do believe that is the action and reaction part of karma, right? So that's why it's so important that every morning when you focus on what you want to do and what you want to think and the actions you take, that you do that in alignment with your soul, in alignment with your plan that you have as a soul here in this world. And if you take that off in the wrong direction, then you don't have to wait for a next lifetime to be seeing the reaction. Because the change of energy right now shows that people will have faster reaction in a negative way. So I would say it starts biting you back as soon as possible.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you believe in luck? Because there's certain people that they say they're lucky, right? Do you think that's them just tapping in with their energy fields better?
Yeah, so we call in the Feng Shui, we call it luck, but I also believe it's just positive energy. It's positive chi, right? So the way you align yourself, the way you do good for other people, all this is actually increasing your luck. So it's not like, I know we're in Vegas, so people believe like I'm lucky, right? Yeah. But I would say it's also because they have a mindset that they believe they are lucky. Yeah. And some people feel like, I'm unlucky. And if they start believing that, then they will start attracting things that are working against their vibration. But I do believe luck can be changed.
Okay.
Yeah. And so if you feel like you're in the strike of negative luck, that if you're changing your vibration, you're changing the environment, that definitely your luck will change too.
Absolutely. And you've worked with some of the biggest celebrities in the world.
Yeah.
Walk me through that manifestation process on how you got the first celebrity client.
Well, my first celebrity client actually came when I put out on my vision board, when I came to live in the US, that was in 2001, I put a little Post-it note on my vision board and I said, I'm going to be seen in a movie by millions of people that will transform the world.
Wow.
And I thought like, what is the symbol of a successful movie? And of course, it's an Oscar, right? So I got myself an Oscar. I put my name on it, Marie Diamond, and thought like, I need a few years. So I put in like 2005. So in 2005 was it actually when I was filmed for The Secret.
Wow.
So, but
Crazy.
what happened with the Oscar was within a few months, I got my first Oscar-winning client, actually, who was a producer. And he called me out of the blue, still don't know where he got my information from. And he said, I want you to help with my family. And so I kept all the time attracting Oscar-winning clients. And then one day I said, like, you know what? There are people that won more than one Oscar. Why don't I put like 2 extra Oscars out? And I put it in my success direction. So that's very important. For me, that's Southwest. For you, that would be South.
Right.
Yeah. For somebody else, could be North. And so I put 3 Oscars out. And that was on a Tuesday morning. And the Tuesday, the week after, I was already in the house of Steven Spielberg. That was winning 3 Oscars at that point already. So I asked him, when did you decide to call me? He said, well, last week, Tuesday afternoon, we're sitting on the table with some friends and said, it's time that you get Marie Diamond in. We know about you for 4 years, but it's only till I said to the universe, I'm ready for 3 Oscar nominees, right? I will actually get the right clients. And since then, I have several others that won 3 Oscars.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible. You've also worked with Big Sean. I saw him on your website.
Yes.
What did he seek from you?
Well, it was very interesting, how I manifested that. So my son, who's a hip hop artist and producer, and so he had put on his vision board an image, like a fake image of him with Big Sean. And so I wanted to support him. So I put in the words hip hop on my vision board. And I was like, I don't know who that's going to be, but, I just can help my son, right? And then 6 weeks later, the mother of Big Sean has been doing my meditation courses for a while. And so she reached out and said, he could really use some help. He's like a little bit stuck in his journey. And so I then said to my son, oh, do you know this name? And he said, Mom, this is the guy that's on my vision board that I made a fake image of.
Crazy.
So a few weeks later, he had a real picture of Big Sean and him.
So crazy. And the thing with vision boards is, I saw you had a whole video about it.
Yeah.
How often are you making these?
I make it every year.
Okay.
So we have a specific vision board program every year because every year there's different colors and different items that we put on it. And the vision board we make is based on your birthday. So again, you have 4 directions that are doing well. And so we're anticipating to really focus to put your vision board in your success direction in your bedroom or in your office, but then how you make your vision board is very specific based on the Chinese New Year, because we're now in the Wooden Dragon year.
Right.
So your vision board will be in a different place and has different colors.
Okay. So it's a dragon year. So what does that mean for making them?
Well, a dragon year this year, it's all about expansion. It's all about invention. It's all about, soaring and going to the next level. But we're not just in a dragon year. We just started a new period in the Chinese astrology. It's a period of 20 years. We call it a period of fire. It just started literally just before your birthday.
Oh, yeah?
The 4th of February. And for 20 years, we have to focus on passion and purpose. So the last 20 years was all about knowledge and gathering knowledge and sharing our wisdom. And that's why we do podcasts, we share our knowledge. But now it's like, what do we do with that?
Take
Are we
action.
going to really make a big difference to the world?
Right.
So the dragon year is actually saying now, anything you have already created, go to the next level, focus to grow, to expand, and impact the world in a better way.
Love it. Let's take some action, guys. I'm pumped.
Yeah.
I've also seen you talk about the golden frequency.
Yeah.
So is that a frequency you could just play and just meditate to?
Yeah, you can play with that. You can meditate. You can literally focus on having that frequency around you. So your aura field will emanate that frequency. You can play with having golden looking items if you cannot do it real gold on you, around you. But it also means that you are connecting in with your full human potential. Like think about if somebody who has reached a full human potential, they win golden medals, right? In Olympic Games, for example. So any, I would say, award that is like showing the number one, like even the Oscar, right? It's a gold looking object, but we can tune into that. We can visualize that we are filling ourselves up with that frequency.
Yeah.
Or even when we go somewhere, that we're filling our aura field with that frequency. When we go in to really get ourselves to the highest frequency possible.
Love it. Lastly, I want to talk about crystals.
Yeah.
I've had a fascination with crystals ever since I was a kid.
Yeah.
So talk to me about how you incorporate crystals into your lifestyle.
Well, crystals is first of all the earth element. So we have 5 elements, water, earth, fire, metal, and wood. But earth is all about grounding and is very important for manifestation. It's very important to get something from spirit, from an idea, into a manifestation in the 3-dimensional world. So in Feng Shui, we're using crystals and specific crystals in specific places. For example, this year in 2024, for the dragon year, we need to put a white quartz crystal in the north section of our house because it creates long-term investment and long-term money for us. So certain areas will activate differently. Your best crystal actually is an amethyst.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know if
I have one at home.
Yeah, so put it in the south.
In the south, okay.
Yeah, because that's your strongest area for the amethyst. So based on your birthday, there will be different crystals that work for you, but also how you can activate it. And rose quartz is always something we use for romance.
Yep.
So you can put it on your nightstand, like in 2 rose quartz hearts, or you can put it in your relationship direction, because you will see on your compass, you don't only have a success direction, you have also a relationship direction.
Wow.
And so you will see on yours that yours will be southeast.
Southeast,
yeah?
okay.
So mine is west, yeah? So again, you hold your compass, hold it in the center of your bedroom, for example, and see what's in the southeast. Declutter that area first.
Yeah.
Put an image that resonates for you for romance, yeah? So a couple, the word love, the word joy, hearts, I don't know what it is for you. Books on, how to attract love and romance, how to have good relationships, but also add some rose quartz there.
Love it. Yeah, when I got engaged, I had a rose quartz heart also with the ring.
Yeah.
Does the size of the crystal matter? And does it matter if it's refined, if it has the glossy stuff on it?
Not really. I would say make sure it's visible enough that it's like a handful. That's always strong so you can see it.
Okay.
And also what I always suggest to people is wash your crystal, before you work with it. Put it in the sunlight for a couple of hours and then activate your crystal. Hold the crystal and put some intention in it. Intention of love, intention of attracting love, or stimulating your love relationship.
Love it. Marie, it's been so fun. Anything you want to promote or close off with?
So one of the things I would love for people to go and start with Feng Shui, and they can go to the book Feng Shui Your Life. It's just open now in the bookstores and on Amazon. And of course, get my app so that you can start for free, really finding out where's your success direction and how to activate it.
Awesome. Can't wait to use it tonight. Thank you so much for coming on.
You're so welcome. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for watching, guys, as always. See you next time.